So, because of my opinions, I hear the words hate speech a lot, and I get accused of being a hateful person and spouting a lot of hate speech. So, this is something I found straight off of Wikipedia actually. It is a quote by John Stuart Mill in his essay on liberty. They, an individual, have no authority to decide the question for all mankind and exclude every other person from the means of judging. All silencing of discussion is an assumption of infallibility. So in the 40s, specifically speaking about the United States of America, the concept of hate speech started out with the civil rights movement rising up, and then the feminist sex wars in the 70s. So it started in the 40s and it extended all the way out to the 70s. Civil rights activists were trying to pass laws, hate speech laws, and they failed because it infringed upon the First Amendment. So currently in the United States, some states are passing these hate speech laws. To be more specific, Israeli hate speech laws to fight anti-Semitism. But when you actually look closer at these hate speech laws, they're kind of infringing on the First Amendment because it's not to protect people from violence, and it infringes upon religious freedom. So other ways that the First Amendment has been infringed upon is through big tech. Now, big tech is a bit of an argument because a lot of people believe that big tech is allowed to do whatever it wants, that it is a private entity, a private corporation, and they can create their own laws, which it's just not the case. Big tech, most of these platforms are public platforms, and they are supposed to give a voice to their users, and their users have a public page, so they're supposed to be allowed to say whatever they want. And also, the foundings of these, these platforms were founded in the US of A, so they're supposed to abide by the United States Constitution. So what exactly does the First Amendment actually say, and why is it so important? Well, we'll get to that now. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of people peacefully to assemble, and to petition the government for redress of grievances. I mean, basically what this is saying is everybody's allowed to speak, and everybody's allowed to say whatever they want as long as it is peaceful. So it's not a call to violence. And this is where it gets really messy with big tech. They and the media, they just twist everything. And this is why words matter. Words are not supposed to be replaced by other things. So what does the word hate actually mean? Giving strength to the idea of hate speech. It means to be hostile toward. It means to have a strong dislike of, or maybe even loathing of, someone or something. So by your own logic, if you don't like my ideologies, if you don't like my politics, if you don't like my spirituality and religion, if you don't like the way I think, my opinions, then, and you strongly disagree with it, and you strongly, you essentially start to bully me, you're now, it's now hate speech, right? It's hate speech. You're anti-conservative, you're anti-spirituality, you're anti-veganism. But that's not what big tech is doing, is it? Because it has a very clear bias. There are protected groups, and protected groups are this, and what you can't post are things like this. And if you don't see the bias in that, it's very anti-conservative, it's very anti-right-wing, it's very anti-religion, because this is, some of these things are opposing the religion of some people, Muslims, Christians. So it's like it's an agenda. There's an agenda here. And you have to dig deep and you have to go down that rabbit hole, which is why I tell people, red pill yourself. Red pill yourself as fast as you can, because these people don't have the same hopes for humanity as you do.